I learned something very powerful this past yesterday actually, that I want to share with you today. And yeah, this is for anyone, just struggling with finances, living paycheck to paycheck, and you're really in that point of your life where you're like, okay, God, like I can't continue living like this. I want to, become financially prosperous. There is a way out. There is a way out. There is a way out. And you found this video for a reason today. You clicked on the video for a reason. And yeah, what I'm about to share is, we can say it's life-changing. Actually, it's life-changing. If you were to implement everything that I'm going to share today, your life will not remain the same. You will no longer live the way you're living right now. So number one, first things first, is for anyone who wants to become rich, we can say financially prosperous, do well for yourself, just better with your finances. Number one, first things first, is adding value. And for me in the past, like I feel like whenever I would hear this thing of like adding value, like I would always, like my mind would just kind of sometimes automatically shut down, or I was just feeling like very insecure, because in my mind I'm like, oh, like sometimes you can feel like, oh, I don't have like any value to offer. Like in your mind you're like there's not, I don't have things that I can do for other people, like stuff like that. But what I actually learned from church is that when it comes to values, like one part of it is work, the work that you're doing every day, like with your hands, with your brain, everything. But also the other part of value is actually already like who you are as a person. Already you carry value. Just you being you, already you carry a lot of value. And so even that, so it's a lot of things like joy, fruits of the spirit. So that's in Galatians 5:22-23. So the fruits of the spirit are, of course, for love, like, okay, that's separate. That's number one. But joy, peace, gentleness, kindness, patience, all of those things, like as long as you're already living in those like any of those fruits of the spirit, just that by itself, you already carry that as a value, right? Yeah. So let's say for me, for example, like joy, of course, is like number one. Like I'm always, I'm always like to laugh. I'm always, positive energy, good energy. So just that by itself, you're already carrying value. Just that by itself already is value. Just having that by itself. And so what I would say when it comes to this, let's say with your career, or we're starting a business, it's really going back to God and asking Him first, or even ChatGPT. You can even just work with AI. You can measure like your personality types, things that you enjoy to do, kind of like your values, your interests, and then just ask ChatGPT for like, this is what I have, what value do I carry just from this, and then you will get your answer right away. And then when it comes to like purpose, and because sometimes I feel like with like the bigger purpose, like, okay, God, what am I here to do? What am I here to do? And you're asking God, and sometimes He's not giving you that answer. And from that, what I learned is that whatever work, like let's say you're working, whatever job you're in right now, where you are, even if you hate it, even if you're miserable, add value where you are. Like basically do the job and go extra, like be extraordinary, add the extra in the ordinary at your workplace, just where you are as it is, okay? Because what God says is that if you're not taking care of what is another man's, who will give you your own, right? So just exactly where you are, just make up your mind today, right now, as you're watching this. Say, you know what, I will begin to add value intentionally begin to add value, and you'll see how your life will radically transform. And the second thing was eliminating waste. So God does not like people who are wasteful, people who don't value the things that they already have, not grateful for what they already have, and then whatever they already have, just recklessly spending. And then with eliminating waste, because of course when it comes to right now we're talking about money, so of course you're thinking, okay, I need to spend my money wisely, that sort of thing. But then what I learned yesterday was actually, even apart from spending money wisely, even your time, like spending, and then I feel like that is something that we sometimes unconsciously waste the most. But yeah, when it comes to eliminating waste, it's not only money. Of course, like, we have to, I don't know, sometimes people are like, oh yeah, like I don't even know, like I had this money, I don't even know where it went, like I don't know, when it's very simple. You can look at your bank statements, you can look at your bank statement, they'll tell you exactly where that money went. And then just make that conscious effort of like, okay, I am not going to be spending money on this, I'm not going to be spending money on that, subscriptions that you're not using, that is just money being wasted, right? So that is that. And then of course that could also just be a prayer point as well, just in it by itself, like, God, any areas of my life where, because as I mentioned, it could be wasting time, wasting money that you don't even know which ways you're wasting it, right? Resources, any sort of resource that you have, right? And even with that could be a prayer point, like, Lord, even right after you after you watch the video, it could be a prayer point of like, Lord, any areas of my life where I am wasting money, like, please reveal those areas to me. Yeah, reveal those areas to me, and then make a change, just make a change, okay? And then the third thing is favor. We all love favor, okay? So a great analogy that I heard yesterday on Sunday. Yesterday was incredible. A great analogy that I heard is like favor is like yeast to your money, yeast to like your finances. Basically, it just expands. It just makes it bigger, like makes it more and more and more, right? And favor is when you're getting things that we can say don't deserve, but you actually do deserve because you're a child of God. You're blessed and you're highly favored. Okay. Yeah. So people, with favor, you can get promotion, favored, and you're getting gifts, getting money, getting opportunities, because of favor. And this is, favor directly comes from God, and we can get this favor. And the simple way that I learned to have, for you to say I'm blessed, I'm highly favored, to walk in love and honor, treat everybody it's very simple actually. It's just basically just treating everybody with respect, treating everybody with kindness. Really, it's just treating everybody the same way how you'd want to be treated, right? That is the easiest way to walk in favor. And also another thing that I learned that was very powerful is that when it comes to favor, we grow in favor, right? So there's a scripture that says about Jesus that Jesus he grew in wisdom and he grew in favor with both man and God, right? So favor is something that can grow, right? So right now you're like, oh yeah, I'm favored, like I get gifts, so people buy me coffee, blah blah. You are favored, yes, but it can grow and you can move to the next level where you're actually getting gifted a house, you're getting gifted private jets, okay? So it grows, and the way it grows, as long as you're increasing your love and honor to people, everyone that you're coming in contact with, that favor will gonna increase, okay? And then the fourth and the final thing for you to get out of this cycle that you're currently in when it comes to your finances is spiritual warfare. So we must understand that when it comes to moving, like right now, like the place that you're in, and you're not happy with where you are currently with your when it comes to your money, when it comes to your time, when it comes to your resources, things like that, is for you to know that for you to get out of that phase that you're in, it's a spiritual battle, it's spiritual warfare, right? What do we mean by spiritual warfare? Because I know when I was a baby Christian, whenever I would hear spiritual warfare, like in my mind it's like a witches somewhere in the village cooking up something, like that was what was coming to my mind. But actually it's more than that. Like we have like the different, we can say demonic governments, like I don't know, pride, sleep and slumber, I don't know, you can just Google them. But anyways, all of those, the lying spirit, the antichrist spirit, anyways, any of those, like as long as they're operating fear, the spirit of fear, any of that stuff, already it's a spiritual battle to overcome that. And then so you have to know for yourself that when it comes to leveling up to that next stage, you want to I'm gonna say elevate, right? It's going to be a spiritual battle, because what I've noticed, even for me, like let's say you're trying to start a business, or you're trying to get a new job, like let's say a better paying job, or you're trying to, let's say you already have a business, but you're trying, let's say your business, you want it to like move to like the next level, like that sort of thing, and it's not happening, right? In those kind of moments, it's not for you to give up and say, you know what, I did my best, like I can't do, like this cannot happen, like I just can't. No, that's for you to know like the devil is behind this, like like for you not to get any progress, and you have to fight. I personally like to think of myself as a soft babe. I don't really like to fight actually, but listen, it's very important for you to know is anywhere worth going, there are so many people who are already there occupying that space that perhaps don't want anybody else to be in that space, right? They are already enjoying all that they can enjoy, and yeah, they're just go and happy. Everywhere worth going, it must be fought for. Like there is no any other way, there's no going around it. You may be a soft babe like myself, but there's just no other way around it. And so you have to know, like, okay, it's about like, okay, I'm gonna have to fight this out. Like, Lord, what is going on? What is happening? And sometimes you don't even know, like, because another thing I learned is that okay, so even it could be your family members, like your own family members, your own friends, who may be envious of you, who may be jealous of you. It just already where you're at right now. And what I mentioned earlier, sometimes witchcraft is not somebody in the village. Even a person just holding like resentment towards you, holding that jealousy towards you, holding that envy, like they're not wishing you well. Already that in itself, that is witchcraft, right? It's like they're putting their bad negative energy in the air already, and you're getting affected, right? So even that by itself already like spiritual warfare, right? And we have to push past that like fight, push past that spiritual warfare, and then to ensure that we're getting to the next level. And yeah, so and then what I noticed before, so sometimes spiritual warfare can come in the form of laziness. It can come in the form of, sleep and slumber. So you're sleeping a lot. Could put that in the laziness category, obviously. You cannot wake up on time, or you're saying, okay, I'm going to do this. You're not doing it. Procrastination, right? The spirit of fear, like all of those things. Like you need to ask yourself, like, what is holding me back? Whatever those items are, those are the things that you're fighting. Like that's the battle that you usually have to be like, okay, you know what? This is the list of what is holding me back. And for you, as I mentioned earlier, to move from this stage to the next stage, you're gonna have to fight. It is a fight. And then once you've pushed past, that is the only way that you are going to prosper. Okay. And then to end this video, I'm gonna leave you with a really powerful scripture. And what I want you to do with this scripture is, like, I want you to put your name there. I want you to personalize it. Okay. So what I'm planning to do, actually, testimony loading, but I bought a house, very exciting, and I'm already planning to have this like on the wall, one of the walls in my house somewhere. But basically, yeah, like a wall art. But yeah, I'll just print it. Anyways. But basically, scriptures in Genesis, I believe it's Genesis 26:13 or 26:12. One of those. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, it's talk about Isaac, and it says Isaac began to prosper and continued prospering until he became very prosperous. Okay, so have this, screen. What is it called? Lock screen. Your wallpaper. Whatever it is, but have it, just put your name there. So I'm Christina, so it'll be Christina began to prosper. She continued to prosper until she became very it's only one very, but very prosperous, right? Have that there. And then if you're a person that likes to, affirmations, or you like meditating on the word, begin to meditate on that word. And what I found for myself that I guarantee will work for you is, as you're meditating on that word, ideas will begin to flow. Like if you're in a place of like, okay, I don't know what to do, like God, how do I add value, blah, blah, blah. Whatever things that need to come up for you to deal with, as you're meditating on that scripture, God will give you ideas. God will tell you, God will guide you. He'll give you divine direction on the steps for you to take to get out of that cycle of like the paycheck to paycheck, to get that cycle of poverty as it is. Okay, yeah, so just have that scripture. I'll have it on the screen and the description box, and let me know how it goes. Okay, thank you so much for watching today. I do hope that you are blessed. Thank you. I really appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, please subscribe to the channel if you didn't subscribe yet. Subscribe. Okay, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.